Okay, is this thing working? Okay. Um, Good lord, this is my first time being alone on this stream. So let's go! Hello, my name is Mitzi, also known as Pukepeku. That's Pukepeku on any social media platform I can get my hands on. And my pronouns are they, them, and I am a Filipino trans non-binary variety streamer on Twitch. But yeah, I'm streaming on Facebook and YouTube right now. And this is AAGOS ang Pag-ASA. Hindi ka nag-iisa. You are not alone. Today, AAGOS ang Pag-ASA is a stream event a week-long stream event. Okay. So internet problems or PC problems, I suppose. But yeah, you can see in the chat again, the Facebook event link. And yeah, Hindi Ka Nag-Iisa is today is the stream where I play a solo tabletop role-playing game. Today I'll be playing the Magus. The Magus is a game by Momatoes. You can see there in chat. It is a solo journaling tabletop RPG that takes you on a sweeping journey for power, ambition, and arcane mastery at great personal and interpersonal costs. To some degree, this will relate to the whole thing. But yeah, we're just here to like relax a little bit, play this game, and if anyone wants to join me as I play the game, feel free to do so. And yeah, so this game involves a polyhedral set of dice. So that would be a D4, a D6, a D8, D10, and D12 and D20, depending on how successful you are, in a sense, how powerful your magus is. And you're going to need something to write on because you're going to need to journal. So like the chat thing says, it's a solo journaling tabletop RPG. So if I drop frames again, I'm just going to end stream for a bit, restart my PC, and then try again. Oh my goodness. But yes, I could. Should I read the description from the thing? I suppose I can. Yeah, I definitely can. Uh-huh. Gonna put you there. Let me see what the problem could be. Well, I am in the Asian server. Interesting. Okay, it may have been because I forgot to restart my PC. So, anyway, I'm just going to read the itch page, the description it has. Let me see. Maybe I could change the thing really quick. Do I have what you call this? Do I have a scene for that? Anyway, I'm just gonna read it. The Magus is a solo journaling tabletop RPG that takes you on a sweeping journey for power, ambition, and arcane mastery at great personal and interpersonal cost. About. As a journaling game, you will roll dice, track stats, create spells, and write imaginary experiences from the perspective of your character, a wizard, newly embarking on their quest for power, their head filled with grand visions of mastery. And This RPG is crunchy. You will use several polyhedral dice to manage four traits: focus, power, control, and scars, which shape how the protagonist overcomes challenges and meets their how do you pronounce this? Denouement after seven fateful events. Everything comes at a cost, however. Will you spend your scant remaining time to acquire more powerful spells, or nurture the few connections keeping you human? So that's basically it. There's a lot more flavor text, and there's also like sample plays in the what you call this, in the link. That would be momatoes.itch.io backslash the dash magus. All right. So with that out of the way, we're going to go here. So as you can see, the art is beautiful. Like, this game has gotten so much attention for how it was made as well, because Momentos did this using PowerPoint, and that in itself is incredible. So I'm just going to read the first page. Oh yeah, the way I'm gonna go about this is I'm just going to read. If anyone in chat wants to ask questions and whatnot, I'll do my best to answer them. But basically, I'm just gonna play this like how I always play. So let us begin. Pathos, arcana, calamity, and the infinite loneliness of power. The Magus, a solo tabletop RPG by Momatoes. The one I got is the Session Zero edition. I don't know if it's updated or whatnot, but if it's not, I'm so sorry. All right. Prefix. Prefix? Yeah, prefix. This is the Session Zero edition. This means that this game is highly liable to still receive content add-ons in the near future. All buyers of this game are entitled to this for free. This also means that due to time constraints of me rushing to prepare a beautiful, memorable product for the con, this PDF may pose readability challenges, especially as it uses background images for almost all pages and may use low contrast font colors from time to time. I will be releasing a plain version shortly to address this. I hope for your kind patience. There is a plain version of this, but that's not the one I got because I completely that was a oversight. That was an oversight on my part, TBH. In the meantime, please enjoy a game of loneliness and power, the Magus. It kind of makes you think, right? Like, when you're in power, it's gotta be some form of loneliness up there, right? I wouldn't know. Alright. Twilight arrives, stealing the sun's warm kiss, leaving only behind the silence and heaviness of a million years' worth of burdens. It is time. You gaze around. Across your workshop lay curious mementos, these patient witnesses to a life colored by deep yearning. Was it for power? Gods, you were strong, wielding fantastic spells to uncover stranger truths, or perhaps to exert control on an increasingly alienating world. Or was it for human touch? All this? For what? For connections that would barely quench your longing to belong. Shadows deepen, the moon rises. You are ready to depart. And as you close this chapter of your life, you reflect on your storied past, all your scars and regret. Oh my god. Contents! So these are the contents. It's a table of contents. I don't think this one... Oh, hold on. Nope. So I don't think this version has the bookmark. Was it the bookmark or the tab? No, there is like alt text in it, but it's the, you know, at the side of a PDF software where you can like find the pages and stuff. I don't think it's that version yet because I don't find it, but that's okay. So within is the premise, instruments of play, flow of play, the magus, the traits, spells, and bonds, resolving events, accumulating scars, risking calamity, gaining power, summary of play, and then here is the origins, prompts, and the end. So it might be a bit daunting to start playing the game because you'd see that there's 52 pages, right? But I can assure you that it's more images and there's a lot of flavor text, and the gameplay itself is I haven't played this yet, but from what I can see, the gameplay itself is not too long. It's of a reasonable length. Hello, player. You are the Magus, the wizard of the Lonely Tower, and with these pages you will reminisce your story. Right, this is the premise. In the Magus, you use dice and pen to write the unique history of their quest for arcane mastery. You will navigate strange encounters and confront complex opportunities for learning spells or cultivating tenuous bonds. However, you have time for only 7 events before the end arrives. When the end arrives, the story is completed, whether willingly or due to forces beyond their control. The Magus permanently departs their tower and leaves their former life behind, in an ending determined by your decisions. Perhaps the Magus rides a one-way ship to the enigmatic north, or they may give up their life of magic for rural days of peace. Or if your actions permit, they may turn to darkness and plunder innocent lives for infinite power. Ultimately, this is a game of compromise. You have limited time and you face difficult decisions. Okay. Oh, you gotta drink water. Important disclaimers. As the premise lays out, this is a game that can deal with complex and difficult scenarios. Primarily, isolation, ambition, and even catastrophe, should fortune frown upon your journey. These can be heavy topics and may cause discomfort or anxiety. A perfect, kind hearted playthrough is incredibly difficult to do, perhaps even impossible, though playtests haven't ruled it out completely. The main character may end up hurting those that they love, or perhaps spurn their own humanity, finding their heart hardening in their quest for power. If at any point during play you feel your breath quicken, your heart constrained, your mind unable to think, if, in other words, your emotional state becomes difficult to manage, then feel free to step away. Feel free to skip prompts and rolls, or retire the character early and write a fitting ending to a journey that is ultimately the best for them and yourself. Ultimately, you control the pace of your journey. The dice and the prompts set as a framework and structure, but you are always at freedom to change this universe as you see fit. Please be safe and look out for yourself. Instruments of play. To play this game, you will need a set of polyhedral dice, digital or physical, a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, and 20-sided die. I got a bunch of those! Here! And writing tools, pen and paper, or your favorite note-taking app. With these tools, you will encounter events and compose what happens next from the Magus point of view. Your written thoughts and narration form the journal, the ultimate artifact and yield of this game. You set the pace of the game. The Magus is a story-making game, and it is up to you how elaborate the story becomes. You can play in as little as 3 hours or extensively as several days. Whoa! Well, I only have until 10, so let's see. So I have an hour and a half, basically. So let's see. So this is about the journal. Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, but this is something that this has a few features or instructions. I'm not really sure how to describe that, but it has a few things that is important to note. You will also track the Magus's traits, which can be written in a dedicated page at the beginning of your journal or a different space altogether. Every time a trait changes, you may write a sentence in the main journal to describe what happened. Okay. Okay. I'm trying to plan out how to write this because I'm using a yellow pad that's on a clipboard. So let me see. Let me write something initial or whatever. uh okay. So for traits, I'm going to write it like here at the side or something. No, I'm not gonna put a name for the for my wizard. Um okay. I'm gonna put it to the side. And then descriptions will be somewhere. Do not feel constrained by the written form. You may also draw, place photographs, pastiche links, and references to other media. If you find it difficult to articulate what runs in your mind, feel free to simply write short keywords for now and choose to return to that prompt later. Great. Okay. The flow of play. So, develop the Magus' origins and begin the story with the first event. Next, decide. Pursue this event or the next one instead. And if you're gonna push through with it, resolve the chosen event. Address any complication by pitting focus and power against a challenge. Roll a die to encounter progressively more difficult prompts and events. And this repeats for you gotta do this, I think, from decide for the decide, resolve, roll die, and back to decide set for 7 events. Unless you lose control, which would be explained in the next pages. After that, complete the story when any of the following occurs. 7 events are completed, or a calamity is triggered, control is depleted, or the Magus chooses to retire. So you have the option to make it quick. Okay. The Magus, traits, spells, and bonds. At the beginning of the game, you will have a chance of developing the Magus' origin. Where are they from, and why did they pursue magic? The Magus journey is then tracked by changes in several traits: focus, power, control, and scar. Okay, let me put that in. Focus, power, control, scar. Alright. These traits affect and are affected by events you encounter. Events give your only opportunity to gain spells or bonds, but never both. Most events involve complications that can only be resolved through a test of fortune, rolling several dice based on existing traits. Hi, BJ. Welcome in. I started 8:20 or so, and I'm 20 minutes in, and I think I'm going about this really slow, but it's okay. I will continue this game whenever I stream the Magus again. Is that how you pronounce it? Magus? 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 Alright. What was I gonna do? Alright, next. Hi, momatoes! I am playing your game, and I'm nervous because I have no idea what to do. But But okay, I'm just reading the whole thing and setting up my journal as much as I can. But yes, we are still on traits, spells, and bonds. Okay, traits. Focus is a number representing the magus ability to prevail through adversity with sheer willpower. You gain +1 focus whenever you overcome challenges with distinction, or you choose to enrich an existing human connection during an event. Wait, overcome challenges with distinction, or choose to enrich an existing human connection during an event. Oh, okay. Overcome challenges with distinction. So how does that happen? I don't know. Power is the manifestation of talent and total arcane supremacy. For so many, it is the ultimate craving, the final seduction. The magic starts at power 1, but can achieve a maximum of power 3. So you start with power 1, okay. Gifted with a spark of arcane power. Oh, power 1, gifted with a spark of arcane power, rare and remarkable. Power 2, supreme archmages. How to read things. Adept experts of magic. Power 3, omnipotent, invincible, master of all. Focus is inner strength. Power is potential made manifest. Together, they help the magus overcome challenges and narrowly escape catastrophic failure. However, gaining power is a matter of sacrifice. We'll discuss how later. For now, all you need to know is that it takes ruthless ambition. You know what? Hold on. Let me play some music. Unfortunately, I can only play non-copyrighted ones. So, give me a fear. Gonna lower this. And then there we go. Okay. Okay. Let me see if it's playing over there. Just okay. Okay. Next, now that we have music, traits continued. Control characterizes a combination of restraint, stability, and wholeness of self. You start with perfect control at the very beginning. Failing challenges repeatedly degrades the magus's control. From perfect to cracked, from cracked to broken. Start with perfect control at the very beginning. So you have perfect to cracked, cracked to broken. Okay, so perfect, cracked, broken. I'll figure out how I'm gonna write that down. If you trigger another loss of control when the magus is already broken, they must retire and their journey to heal and recover their self. You cannot regain control once lost. Gotcha. Traits continued. Is it ever okay to lose control? The moment control slips below perfect, you must roll a risk die with every new challenge. For cracked, it's a D8. For broken, it's a D4. Okay. If the risk die ever rolls a 1, a calamity occurs, and that also means that the game ends, right? Calamity is an irrevocable catastrophe that triggers an early end. Meteors, warfare, mayhem. Calamity's full magnitude will be revealed in due time at a later page. Also, why am I hungry again, but not for the food I ate earlier? Anyway, traits continued. Scars are short, flavorful key phrases obtained during event challenges, indicating chronic issues. They mark ongoing struggles that keep in the background and help shape what happens in the end. Okay. A scar can be removed if you perform particularly particularly well in a later challenge. A few examples. Rotting disease, hounded by Fae, whispers of the secret society, a prison of truth, wrongfully accused, tertiary limbs, and a hidden eye. Okay, these are the spells and bonds. In contrast to traits, spells and bonds are not personal characteristics but rather acquisitions from events. Spells are figments of arcana bound to the mortal realm. They are the sole conduits of power. Without spells, the Magus is useless. Spells consist of a randomly rolled yet deeply evocative name, which acts as your prompt for imagining and writing down what it does. Adding a spell to your repertoire always triggers complication, a challenge that tests the Magus's traits. A difficulty level indicates how hard it is. When you learn a spell, you add the name and write a description to your journal. I see. Okay. Okay. Bonds, on the other hand, are human relations, fraught, vulnerable, yet somewhat fulfilling. It is easy to gain and foster bonds. You only need to forego learning a spell every time you wish to pursue a human connection. Each bond can be nurtured up to 2 times. When this happens, the relationship becomes more intense, more intertwined. Perhaps a casual friend becomes a confidant, an enemy becomes a lover. What? Sorry, queer trope. A mentor becomes an arch nemesis. When you forge a new bond, write their name and a short description in the journal. Okay. Add a new sentence in the description every time the relationship is nurtured. Alright. Events are important moments in the Magus's life that crystallize and define their journey. Events are determined by rolling a d4 and a d6 and moving forward through prompts a number of times equal to the absolute difference. Okay. Wait. Events. I'm gonna write that down because I might forget. Events. Roll d4 and then d6. What's the symbol for absolute difference? Oh, I kind of figured it out. Anyway, I just made things up. Oh well. When you arrive at the new prompt, you have a choice. Accept and resolve this event or select the one after it instead. If you reject the prompt, write Y in your journal. Okay. There are 2 types of events. Spell events grant the Magus a new spell. This always brings a complication, such as the deadly duels, fire-breathing dragons, other unexpected consequences. You will need to overcome a related challenge. Bond events allow the Magus the rare opportunity to either gain a new bond or nurture an existing one. If you choose the latter, the Magus gains +1 focus. Regardless of which event you encounter, write down what happens as short as a vivid descriptive sentence or as long as your heart desires. Great. Spell events give you a random list of names. Create one, then write what it means. Oh no, naming spells. Oh no. Oh, thank you, BJ. Thank you so much. Right, that is the absolute difference symbol. Thank you. Random list of names. Afterwards, roll a pool of dice determined by the Magus's current power. Oh, so that's a pool. Alright. Each dice roll equal to higher than the spell difficulty counts as a success. Okay. If you have a risk dice, you must also roll. Roll of 1 is calamitous result, even if the rest of your roll has a success. Oh. Okay, I understand now. So the risk dice doesn't really do anything other than give you that foreboding feeling that you might roll a 1. You can spend 1 focus to reroll any 1 dice. Okay. Blah 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 blah. At 2 or more successes, the Magus overcomes the challenge with distinction. Choose +1 focus or resolve an existing scar instead. I see. At 1 success, clearing its effect. 1 success that overcomes the challenge but receives a scar during the ideal. Day is safe, but long-term effects may linger. Okay. Math symbols are like spells on their own. True. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Especially because like a lot of like math symbols are like Greek. There's also Latin if you go into physics, I guess, or something. Is it obvious that I'm not a STEM student anymore? At 0 successes, a misfortune occurs. The worst outcome takes place and someone is damaged in the process. Is it you? Degrade the Magus' control by 1? Or the ones around you? Instead of degrading control, you may choose to hurt someone else instead. Strike off the bond closest to the Magus. Oh, they are maimed, reviled, alone, or even dead. Write how? Write how your actions led to irrevocable harm. Remember, losing control means rolling ever worse risk die. Cracked is D8, broken is D4. When your risk rolls 1, calamity will strike. Calamity! You lose control. Roll D6 to figure out what catastrophe ensues, or write down your own ending. I'm not gonna read those yet because I would like to be surprised. If you obtain more power, it may not be so bad. Advancing to power 2 or power 3 gives you a stronger pool of dice that can better overcome challenges. The easiest way to advance power is to sacrifice someone, huh? Okay. An existing bond can be betrayed and they will be gone forever. Oh boy. Alternately, you can push yourself by spending 3 focus to advance. Wow, okay. You can destroy someone at any time. This does not use up an event. You will only need to chronicle your sin in the journal. Oh boy. Roll d4 for the nature of your betrayal or write your own story. Okay. Reflect. Okay, so reflect after the 2nd, 4th, and 6th event. You have the opportunity to look back and see how your actions have affected others, the world, and the Magus. Reflecting won't count against your 7 event limit. It's your space to pause and imagine the possibilities. Okay. I'm gonna write that down too. Reflect at 2nd, 4th, 6th events. Okay. There's a summary of play, so I'm not gonna read all of that yet. I'm just going to refer back to it when I'm getting really confused. Oh boy! Sample journal. I can't read all of that because my brain went too many things. Origins. Welcome, wizard. What is your name? Who are you in life? Okay. Around maybe 9:30, I'm gonna take like a 10-minute break so I don't overextend myself. Or actually, I can go on until 10. No guarantees that this game will be finished by then. I really just want to showcase it as much as I can. And also, I think this will be the least politically charged stream of the whole event. Because I think it's also my downtime. Considering the amount of work the streams kind of require. Okay. Okay. What is magic like in your world? Magic can be infinitely rare power in your universe, or perhaps it is as common as sunlight. Write 3 key phrases to describe it, or roll a d12 3 times and refer to the table below. Okay. I would like to roll a d12 because I love that die. Because, d12s aren't given as much love as other dice. Nope. Rainbow dice. So 3 times, right? So 3 times. 9. Okay. Hold on. And world. The world. At 9, magic is incredibly rare. Anyone capable of casting spells is feared and revered. Okay. Magic is rare. Spellcaster is feared and revered. Okay. Next! Ah, that was the same roll. Ah, why is it always cocked? Give me a second. 11. There are many established wizarding families with lineages dating centuries. Dodecahedrons! Yes! It's such a pleasing shape. You are absolutely right. So... old... and I'm trying to paraphrase this so my brain can catch up. Established... wizarding... families. Alright. Last one. Ah! Stop getting cocked! 7. The study of spells can be incredibly academic. Heavy tomes of research exist in many libraries. Learning spells can be very academic. Intense research. Now, if only I could read my own handwriting, but that's okay. Your talent for Arcana reveals itself one day. Magic. Whether or not it took you by surprise, your powers manifested one day. Where did it come from? Describe what happened. Roll a d6. D6. Okay. 4. You stole a forbidden book and spent tireless nights trying to learn its secrets. Cool. It's very Naruto. That's the first thing that popped into my head. It's like the first episode or so of Naruto. Forbidden book. Studied it. Also, I like the idea that the magic isn't like, you know, like the magic didn't suddenly, just is. Like, I guess with sorcerers, like it's innate or something. Like, sure, magic can be innate, but kind of like in the wizard sense, I guess I'm thinking in D&D or something. But yeah, like practicing it, that's how your powers manifest. In a political sense, you gotta practice law to be, I don't know, to be at least a bit credible in your job. Or, I don't know, you have advocacies. I like that 6 just says, you do not know. I kinda wish I got that, but oh well. Define the world, the assumptions to mind. Okay, take these assumptions to mind. The world is medieval fantasy or adjacently themed. Wizards and magi are mostly loners. Law wizards, right? Magic can be incredibly destructive and can trigger world-ending catastrophes if gone wrong. Gotcha. Your ambition begins. You realize you can do so much more. Acquiring ultimate power attracts you. Where does this desire stem from? Write down a burning obsessive reason or roll a d4. Okay, so I'm just gonna put here ambition and I'm gonna write that down. D4. Where are my D4s again? Where did I put my D4s? Oh, there it is. 1. You crave control over your life. Oh! The only way you can master it, the only way you can avoid pain and hurt is to be stronger than anything else. Oh boy, I feel like I'm gonna go to therapy. Okay. And control over my life. Wizard bar exam. Oh, I wish. At least that's like a level of like, oh yeah, you could be competent. You could be credible. Not that, passing the bar is like a testament of your ability to be a good lawyer, but you know, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with it. The only way you can master it. Want to be stronger than anything else. Okay. You begin your solitary quest. Becoming the greatest magus requires utmost effort and concentration. Perhaps it's just as well that you begin this journey alone, for you find yourself friendless and solitary at the moment. Why you lonely? Why you lonely? Literally, that's why I put what I put in my notes. Why you lonely? Okay. Being alone doesn't necessarily mean you're lonely, but I have assumptions now of my magus. But let's do this. Roll d6. 1. Ooh! You have heard tales of riches and artifacts ripe for plunder abroad and have decided to embark on adventure. Woo! Tara, migrate tayo for a better, environment daw. Ganon. Tara, American dream. Churot. Tales of riches and artifacts ripe for plunder abroad. And I went on an adventure. Okay. And so you move to a new place, a new beginning. Write down how you're starting a new life. Example, following the... Okay. How do I write this? You know what? I'll write the journal itself somewhere. Okay. Just Journal. There's weird sounds coming from the neighbors. Okay. So move. Um I'm gonna read this out loud. Mhm. Do so. And said. Right. Okay. So what I've written down. I yearn to be the strongest, stronger than I am now. How can I do so with meager resources? I found a decent lodging in the said area, and so my search begins. Ah! Where did I go? Where did my mouse go? Whoa! Okay. This is where you start. The next pages contain the prompts for your story. Start at the first prompt, then decide where to go from there. If you have done extremely well and reached the final prompt with one or more events remaining, keep repeating that prompt as the Magus' subsequent events. Ah? Events remaining. Final prompt and more events remaining. Power 1, focus 0, and perfect control. Okay. Bond. So this is the first prompt, is it? Hold on. Oh, these are prompts. So these are events, right? Like these parts. One spell, one bond. Oh. And then you reflect. Because I did 4, 5, 6. That. Yeah. And then this is 7, right? That's 7. Okay. I understand now. Okay. So let me see. So I choose a bond or a spell. Okay. First prompt. Or first event. Yes. Event 1. Do I choose a bond or do I choose a spell? I think it would make sense if I choose a bond first before I choose a spell. No? Hold on. Let me check this again. Okay. Let me check the quick guide. Okay. Okay. Water time. So I choose someone who I made a bond with. So that's a D4. That's a 2. A frog familiar whose master recently passed away. Okay. Met a frog familiar named. Huh. Huh. Okay, hold on. So it's either a bond or a spell, right? Okay, hold on. I'm kind of confused of what's going on, but okay. Okay. Named. What would be the name of the what would be the name of the frog familiar? You know what? Let's name the frog familiar Lunti. Why not? You know, a green frog, Lunti. Green background. Luntian or Lunti. The master recently passed away. And then 2d6s. Okay. Okay. The first d6. 5. Kind and generous. Ah! Generous. Second d6. 6. Aw, who believes magic will make everything alright? Okay. How did you meet? 4. So D4 and again. Let's do that. 3. Aww. Okay, so you needed help with a non-magical concern and they were the only person who could help or wanted to help. Uh, wanted to help. I suppose Lunti would want to help because Lunti sense that you're like a magus. Like I'm a magus, so Lunti kind of um gravitated towards that, reminding them of their old master. I'm getting emotional. Oh my god. Okay. Uh Hold on. Let me check again. One die. You know what? I'll take a spell. Give me a second, y'all. Alright. I'm gonna go with the spells. So spell name. Let's see. 5. Language. That's cool. Okay. Spells. Language. So I have 1 power versus difficulty 6. Language. What would be the name for this? Oh, that is already the title. I mean the name. You cast a new spell for the first time. Excited to test your skill. What could go wrong? Don't do that. So power, difficulty of 6. So where's my D10? D10 and a D12. All right. Oh boy. How much control do I have? Okay. I got 2 plus like 3 successes. Because I got a 6 on the D8, an 8 on the D10, and then a 9 on the D12. Boy, oh boy! So I gain 1 focus, and magic fills you with a rush of joy. I can actually speak in tongues with everything, and I could also read, like ancient text or ancient magic and stuff. That would be cool. That would be really, really cool and very useful. All right. Where's my D10s? Those are my D10s. My D12s, I put them here. And then... Okay. Why are you there? Why are you there? Why are you there? Anyway. Okay. So Gain plus 1 focus. How do I get power again? I use 3 focus, right? Like to gain power. Hold on. Up. Betray a bond or spend 3 focus. That's it. I don't want to betray Lunti. That's Mitzi speaking, by the way. So I got 2 events already. So I should reflect. So far, I think Lunti would have helped me with that, like to some degree. Like Lunti would have helped me find the things that are not easily noticeable for someone who is kind of not a novice, maybe intermediate in magic. Lunti has some experience being like a familiar with a, another magus. So I suppose, yeah. Lunti helped with that, and with the language, like it was very, very successful because of Lunti's support. So, that's how you reflect, right? Okay. So yeah, that's basically it. Like Lunti is important to the Magus's journey to getting stronger, because if it, like, maybe the Magus has this like lingering idea that they can't do this alone. Okay, next. I think I'm gonna do No, does it complicate? Discover and unfold. Okay. I think I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take another spell. So I'm gonna take another spell, so that's going to be 4. Laughter. Laughter. I think laughter would be a distracting tactic. Not necessarily like making the person laugh, but filling their head with so much laughter that it causes dissonance in their head. Well, not dissonance, I suppose. More of discomfort, and it causes a distraction. Kind of thinking of it as like an area of ineffecting, but okay, so I still have power 1. So that's another D8. Where's my D10? D10. And then a D12. Oh, you know what? I'll pick this one. I only have 1 success! Ah! Because I have a 2 on the D12, a 4 on the D10, and a 7 on the D8. Oh boy! One success. So that's 1 scar, and I'm gonna put the scar over here. Bearer of unwanted truths. Okay, I'll figure it out what that means later. All right, next one. Bond or nurture? I think I'm going to nurture. Because I like Lunti. Like, you know, like that familiar who's a best friend. I like that. So, I'm going to nurture. Oh, I should write. Event to spell language. Event 3 spell laughter. Event 4 bond nurture. A D4. That's a 2. They were there when you needed them. They didn't need to do it, and yet you are all the better for it. Okay. They were there, and you needed them. They didn't need to do it. And yet, you are all the better for it. I'm imagining that they had a conversation after the Magus received the what you call that? The unwanted truth. So, you know, comfort words and encouragement that it's gonna be okay. And, you know, yeah, basically like that. That's my reflection. That is my reflection. Okay. So I have event 5 now. Event 5. That. Okay. This is a spell. Also, I'm getting a bit hungry, so. Spell name. So 2 spell names. Let's go with the U. First one. 2 dreamers. 4 heartbreak. Oh my god. I think this spell, if the prompt is you traveled far seeking the faintest remnants of the spell is written by a long dead mage, what wondrous layer did you discover and how did it remind you so painfully of the shortcomings of your current skills? I think learning about this, so maybe anything could be put to sleep, and then the person would be reminded of their shortcomings, and the spell itself being that kind of like mechanic of the spell, it reminded of the person it reminded of the Magus of how lacking they still feel. So difficulty 7. Do I have hold on. How do I get Okay. I'm gonna roll with power 1. Because I am insistent that I get 2 successes. And then I'd be able to power up. Power up! And then a D12. Where are my D12s? Good lord. You know what? I'll use you. Difficulty 7. Oh my god. Okay. Yes! 2 successes! Oh. 2 successes. I exceed. Succeed! And even recover unusual artifacts and discoveries kept secret by the dead mage. Gain +1 focus or resolve an existing scar. 2 successes. I'm gonna choose +1 focus. +1 focus, so I'm now at power 2. Because wait. Oh no, I'm still 2 focus. Never mind. I'm not gonna resolve an existing scar. That's fine. The scar is fine. That's fine. Okay. So that's event 5 plus 3 successes plus 1 focus. 1 success. This one is 1 success plus 1 scar. Okay. I didn't get mutated. I'd like to think that it was because of Lunti, who kind of like what you call this? Excuse me. Lunti found a way. I'm just gonna say Lunti found a way to make everything be all right, you know. Okay. Okay. Wow, I'm kind of speed running this thing, huh? Am I even doing this right? Am I even doing this right? What is event 6? So I get another spell for event 6. I'm just gonna go for everything. I'm not gonna skip. In the all right, I have to pick a spell name. 5. Bleeding. Poison. I think it's very self-explanatory. In the process of mastering the spell, you accidentally summon a wretched shadow creature, nameless, fearless, and it seeks to possess your body. What do you do? Okay. Difficulty 7, and I have power. So 1 power. So that would be D8, D12, and a D10. Alright. Difficulty 7. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, 2 successes. Holy shit. Okay. So I have 2 on the D8, 7 on the D10, and 7 on the D12. Thank you for the reassurances, Momatoes and BJ. Because I just remember that it's like 3 hours or several days, and I'm like, I'm gonna probably finish this in a 1 hour and a half. But I do want to play this again by like try skipping or like doing a bunch of other things because there's so much I could do with this, honestly. There's so much to do. Okay, so 2 successes. Wait. Um 2 successes. So I gain +1 focus. So do I up my power or do I keep to reroll a die? I'm gonna up my power. Yeah, I'm gonna up my power. Since I think the next one is a bond, right? The next one is a bond. So I can just up my power. I have 2 power now. Woohoo! Okay. The creature is banished, but in the process you learn that the shadow was an aspect of you all along. What does this epiphany mean to you? Holy. What does this mean to you? I got therapy, I suppose. Well, no, okay. On a more serious note, I think the Magus realized that the only thing that's holding them back are the insecurities that they have, the shame, I suppose, of the feeling of inferiority and whatnot. I think that's it. Like, that's what the epiphany meant to them. Okay. I have a bond. Okay, I'm gonna nurture. I'm gonna nurture this one bond. Lunte. So I nurtured Lunte, right? So to nurture a bond, you can only nurture it twice, right? You can only nurture it twice, right? Okay, so I could only nurture it twice, so I can't really nurture it. So I'm going to gain a new bond. Event 7 bond. New. So I'm gonna roll for a new one. If I get another frog familiar, I swear. 3. Okay. A single father toiling hard till night to provide for his twins. Okay. I met... Ulrich. I don't know how to name people. Single father. Working till late. Till late to provide for twins. Oh my god, I had more frog familiars. Yes, please. Provide for twins. And then 2d6s. Let's see. 3. Self-taught fighter. Oh! Self-taught fighter. 2. and speaks in a whisper. Aw. Whisper. How did you meet? Okay. How did we meet? What's this? 2. Together, you are strange folk in a normal town and you banded together out of instinct. You know what? Fair. Together out of misfit instincts. Okay. What makes them interesting and how do you feel about them? I guess... Oh, hold on. I'm on 1. Oh no! I'm on 1! Wait, let me redo that. I'm on 1. So I'm gonna be on 7. I'm gonna redo all of that. So... New... Oh boy! 4. An innocent and naive youth gravitated towards your aura. What will I name this? Okay, Ulrich. This is Ulrich now. A youth. A youth. D6s. 4. Incredibly wise. Oh, that's nice. Incredibly wise. 2. But burdened with guilt. Oh, poor youth. How did you meet? That's what I'm gonna roll now. 1. They need your help, a deeply personal issue that can only be solved through magic. Need help. Only can be personal issue. Can be... Only can be solved through magic. Okay. What I can think of that makes them interesting and how I feel about them is I feel protective over them because they remind me of me. But they are... Ulrich is feeling guilty because they might have harmed someone in the past because of their magic, because they couldn't control it. So of course, I'd feel protective and then I'd teach them how to better control their magic, even though I'm not the best at it. Okay, so I have 7 for events under my belt. I have 7 now. I have 7 now. That's basically it. Like, and I think Ulrich and Lunte would have a good relationship. And so far, I feel like I've started to feel not so alone and feel like there's a sense of obligation that there's a world more beyond my bubble. So I have 7 spells. I mean, I have 7 events now. So... Okay. So, if ever, I'm already at the end. The clock has struck. It is time. Your hands are steady. Perhaps you have spent the whole night trying to calm yourself as you take this heavy decision. Perhaps it comes with ease. Despite or perhaps because of your yearnings, you must leave. Choose. Because your sins are too heavy, because the loneliness is unbearable, because you look for a brighter future, because there is nothing left. If you have at least one nurtured bond remaining, you go with peace in your heart and acceptance in your spirit. How do they accept your farewell, and how do their final embrace feel? If you achieve power 3, you become keenly aware and even undo the past. The choice is yours. Okay, so I have one nurtured bond, and that's with Lunte. You go with peace in your heart and acceptance in your spirit. How do they accept your farewell, and how did their final embrace feel? Lunte and Ulrich. Lunte would be Ulrich's guide now, and they understand. They understand why I have to go, because my work isn't finished. So Lunte's embrace feels like reassurance, and it's not the end. It's not necessarily a goodbye. They will meet again. We will meet again. Okay, their remaining scars torment them, but the Magus finds a way. Write an ending to cap their uncertain tomorrow. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Give me like maybe 5 minutes to write this down. Okay. Okay, I kind of finished what I wrote. It's just really like short. So, the ending I wrote. The wind is prickly with potential as the ship I boarded sails across the ocean. Slowly, I only see Lunte and Ulrich as specks of hope for their home. I must continue on. The journey isn't over. That's about it. I kind of finished it. I finished the game, more or less, because I kind of sped run it. And Magus, a solo tabletop RPG by momatoes. In the end, was it worth it? This game is really worth it. Can I just say, I had such a great time, even though like at the start I was like, oh my god, am I gonna be able to keep up with the game? And I did. Sense of accomplishment, everyone. Okay, a brief appendix. This is a game created for Session 0 Online, held on January 30, 2021. The Magus was written and laid out on PowerPoint partially to prove that it was possible. The Magus relies on art generated by artificial intelligence from artbreeder.com and from Rijksmuseum from rijksmuseum.nl/n. These are all public domain images. Thank you to everyone who visited the con, and thank you for supporting this game. I have two final asks. Please share your experience at the project page at momatoes.itch.io backslash the dash magus, and please explore games created by hashtag RPGC. Thank you once more. May you successfully face down the loneliness that rages in our hearts. Also, do check out Arc by Momatoes by checking out the link arc-rpg.com because it's such an amazing game. I haven't started playing it yet with a table. I just like skimmed through it, but I guarantee it's gonna be a great time. There's a timer, and yes, there's a timer, a doomsday clock, and okay. So that has been the game. I honestly enjoyed this game, and I guess I can relate it kind of to a personal experience with the campaign election right now. I mean the election season right now, because there is a feeling of loneliness that considering the context and the environment that we have, that will there be hope for us? Are we the only ones moving and working towards a better country? The game, the way I played it at least, gave me hope that we're not alone. We can do this together, and with even just a few friends, making connections is important to build a supportive community. So, I won't keep anyone for very long. I really appreciate BJ, Momatoes for being here, more or less guiding me through everything. Thank you to whoever lurked. The VOD will be available as soon as the stream is finished. So it's gonna be on YouTube. I'll remember to post this. BJ said, randomly I asked Momatos, wait, is Doctor Strange just playing Magus, the solo journaling RPG? And Momato says, ... Yes. You know what? Is BJ wrong? But yes, do check out the Magus. Here's the link once again. And this has been me. My name is Mitzi. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on any social media platform can get my hands on as Pukepeku. That's Pukepeku. And I am a Filipino trans non-binary variety streamer on Twitch. That's also as Pukepeku. And tomorrow, I've been gauging my energy levels for tomorrow, so the possible thing that we're gonna do tomorrow is AAGOS ang PAG-ASA, bakit siya? So originally it was just going to be a review of the platforms by Lenny and Kiko, but I figured what if we do a watch, like the stream will be watching the meeting the avance if the schedules align. Watching the meeting the avance, depending on how long it is, we're just going to be skipping the performances, I suppose. And yeah, we're going to be talking about their platforms and whatnot. So yeah, if my energy levels provide that, can keep up with that sort of stream, but otherwise this might be the last day. So I'll still try my best to set up tomorrow. But otherwise, that has been me. Please stay tuned for the possible stream tomorrow. And yeah, vote wisely this May 9, everyone. And I'll see y'all hopefully tomorrow. Thank you again, and bye-bye.